Welcome back to the channel, folks, where every twist, turn, and rumor surrounding the purple and gold gets dissected with the intensity it deserves. Today's spotlight is on a scenario that not long ago would have sounded impossible. Yet, here we are, questioning whether the Los Angeles Lakers might actually be considering parting ways with one of their most iconic players, a decision that could reshape the franchise for years to come. So buckle up, because things are about to get interesting. At the heart of this entire conversation lies a massive player option, a staggering $97 million attached to the 2025-2026 NBA season. And that's right, nearly half of the team's entire salary cap tied to one player. And while fans adore him and his legacy with the Lakers is undeniable, the cold hard truth is that committing to that kind of financial weight severely limits what the front office can do. Every dollar counts, especially in today's NBA where flexibility is key. So the question becomes, can the Lakers afford to keep that level of salary on the books and still build a competitive roster around their young emerging star? Recent reports have made it abundantly clear the Lakers are weighing their options. Should the player pick up his option, Los Angeles would be left with less than $40 million in cap space to fill out the roster. And we're not talking about loose change here. That figure would barely be enough to attract quality role players, let alone make a splash with high-caliber defensive anchors or a legitimate third scoring option. The need for defensive presence, especially in the front court, has been a glaring issue, something the franchise has been trying to solve for seasons now. One particular name had been floating around, a towering young defender initially drafted by New Orleans. The Lakers had their eyes set on him, viewing him as a cornerstone for a potential rebuild, but sources confirmed that New Orleans shut down any talks immediately. To them, he's untouchable, non-negotiable, end of discussion. That forced the Lakers scouting department to pivot, searching for other viable options who could deliver elite rim protection, stretch the floor, and bring that much-needed size inside. Enter another tantalizing prospect, a young big man with multiple All-Star selections under his belt. A modern-day stretch five, whose defensive prowess has made him a coveted piece across the league. The only problem? His contract is far from cheap. We're talking about $20 million per year, a figure that complicates any trade scenario, especially with the current financial constraints hovering over the Lakers' front office. This, in turn, has sparked a bold theory. What if the Lakers actually decide not to retain their superstar's massive salary? What if they take the nuclear option, decline to extend his stay, and instead free up almost $50 million in cap space? Such a move would instantly change the entire outlook of their off-season strategy. Suddenly, the Lakers would find themselves with the breathing room to chase after premium talent, structure aggressive trade packages, and perhaps even lure top-tier free agents who until now seemed out of reach. Make no mistake, this wouldn't be a simple case of swapping out a legend for a random new face. This would be a calculated, albeit risky play to reshape the roster in a way that maximizes the current young star's prime years. We're talking about surrounding him with complementary pieces that bring size, rim protection, and versatility. This move would essentially be a reset of priorities, shifting away from a top-heavy roster reliant on individual brilliance to a more balanced, cohesive unit designed to withstand the grind of an entire NBA season and deep playoff runs. Of course, such a decision would send shockwaves through the fan base. We're not just talking about any player here. This is a future Hall of Famer, a global icon whose impact on the Lakers transcends statistics. From memorable playoff runs to iconic moments under the Staples Center lights, his presence has been synonymous with the franchise's recent identity. For many fans, the mere thought of him leaving feels like a betrayal, a painful reminder of how ruthless professional sports can be. And yet for others, it represents a necessary evolution, a bold step toward building a team that isn't constantly held hostage by financial limitations. From a basketball standpoint, the need for such a drastic measure becomes even more evident when analyzing the team's recent playoff shortcomings. The early exit this year wasn't just disappointing, it was revealing. The lack of rim protection, the absence of reliable wing defenders, and an over-reliance on one or two players to carry the offensive load exposed critical vulnerabilities. And in a Western Conference that's only getting tougher, standing pat isn't an option. Now, picture this. Reallocating that $97 million to bring in a defensive juggernaut at center, adding depth on the wings, and perhaps even securing a legitimate secondary playmaker. The team could utilize mid-level exceptions, explore creative trade scenarios, and tap into a growing pool of young talent to build a roster that actually fits the modern NBA mold. It's not about diminishing the superstar's legacy. It's about adapting to a league that demands versatility, depth, and strategic roster construction. Financially, the stakes couldn't be higher. Every move, every contract, every trade chip becomes a critical piece in this high-stakes puzzle. The Lakers front office will need to navigate a minefield of salary cap intricacies, trade exceptions, and potential sign and trade opportunities. And let's not forget the delicate balance of preserving future draft assets, sacrificing flexibility. For a short-term gain might boost immediate competitiveness, but could backfire if injuries or chemistry issues arise down the line. Behind closed doors, these are the conversations dominating the Lakers' war room. Executives poring over spreadsheets, mapping out best-case and worst-case scenarios, weighing the value of expiring contracts against potential returns. Every phone call, every discreet meeting with agents, every whisper of a trade rumor carries immense weight. The goal is clear: to remain relevant, competitive, and above all, to chase championships. In the background, though, looms the larger-than-life figure of the player in question. His legacy is secure, his place in basketball history unshakable. Whether he stays or moves on, his impact on the Lakers and the sport as a whole is cemented. But the decision ahead isn't just about nostalgia or loyalty. It's about our pragmatism. Does keeping him at that price align with the franchise's long-term vision? Or is it time to turn the page and build a new chapter centered around youth, athleticism, and financial flexibility? The emotional weight of such a move can't be overstated. Fans who witnessed his heroics, who saw him lead the team to finals appearances, will undoubtedly have strong opinions. Some will argue that letting go of such a player is a betrayal of everything the Lakers stand for. Others will counter that the NBA is a business and tough decisions are sometimes necessary for sustained success. The front office will have to navigate this emotional minefield carefully, balancing fan sentiment with the cold, hard realities of roster management. On the other hand, the potential upside is tantalizing. Imagine a Lakers team with a dominant modern center anchoring the defense, flanked by versatile wings who can switch on pick and rolls and knock down threes. Picture a roster deep enough to withstand injuries, capable of adapting to different playoff matchups, no longer relying on miracle performances to stay afloat. That's the vision driving these difficult conversations behind the scenes. The market for elite big men is notoriously thin, and the competition fierce. Other teams are also in the hunt for that missing piece, and the Lakers will need to be both aggressive and creative to land their targets. Trade negotiations are expected to be intense, with rival executives demanding draft capital, promising young players, and expiring contracts to sweeten the deal. But this is where the Lakers front office shines. Their ability to navigate complex multi-team trades, to leverage their market appeal, and to present a compelling vision for contenders looking to offload expensive contracts. As the offseason progresses, every leak, every insider report, every cryptic social media post will fuel the speculation. Fans will dissect every front office move, analyzing cap space projections, trade machine scenarios, and potential roster fits. The buzz surrounding potential blockbuster trades will be deafening, especially as the league's moratorium period comes to an end, and front offices are free to execute their plans. Behind the scenes, the Lakers executives will gather in their draft war room surrounded by cap sheets, scouting reports, and trade proposals. Discussions will revolve around critical questions. How much salary can the team realistically take on? Which draft picks are expendable? Can a third team be looped in to ease financial burdens and facilitate player movement? These are the intricacies of NBA roster building in the modern era, and this summer the Lakers are at the very center of it. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on. In one of the most shocking moves of the NBA offseason, superstar forward Kevin Durant has officially joined the Los Angeles Lakers. The confirmation came earlier today through a joint statement released by the team and Durant's representatives, sending ripples through the basketball world and dramatically altering the league's competitive landscape. Durant, a two-time NBA champion and former MVP, leaves the Phoenix Suns after a brief but impactful stint. His decision to sign with the Lakers marks a new chapter in his illustrious career and places him alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis in what is now being dubbed as one of the most formidable trios in modern NBA history. The move fuels championship hopes in Los Angeles, with fans and analysts alike already labeling the Lakers as title favorites for the upcoming season. The deal reportedly involves a multi-year contract, although exact financial terms have yet to be disclosed. Sources close to the negotiations have indicated that Durant was drawn to the Lakers not only for their legacy and star power, but also for the opportunity to compete for more titles in the twilight of his career. At 36, Durant remains one of the most efficient and skilled scorers in the league, and his ability to stretch the floor and dominate in clutch moments is expected to mesh well with the Lakers' current roster. LeBron James, who enters his 22nd NBA season, welcomed the news with a cryptic post on social media, hinting at unfinished business and excitement for what lies ahead. Meanwhile, Lakers head coach Darvin Ham expressed enthusiasm about integrating Durant into the team's system, emphasizing the experience and leadership he brings. This high-profile acquisition will undoubtedly reshape the Western Conference, with the Denver Nuggets, Golden State Warriors, and Dallas Mavericks all bolstering their rosters. The battle for supremacy in the West just got a lot more intense. Durant's arrival signals the Lakers' commitment to immediate success, reigniting a championship or bust mentality that has defined the franchise for decades. As the dust settles and training camp approaches, all eyes will be on Los Angeles, Thing is certain, with Kevin Durant in purple and gold, the Lakers just became must-watch basketball once again. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.